All right, welcome back to another edition of the NLMA Driver Profiles. I'm joined here by Charlie Sandercock. Charlie, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. I want to get profiles of all the drivers in this series. So let's start off. Well, since you're the most recent winner of the series, tell us about your run at Ransomville.
We went off to Ransomville last Friday night, and we've only been to Ransomville once in the past. We were there, I believe it was 2015 with the Rush Series. I think we had a good car that night. We didn't fare out so well. We got tangled up in a wreck in front of us, and we came home with, I think, missing half the race car on the back half. So definitely was a lot better finish this time.
Yeah, perfect. And how did you, just for those who maybe don't know, how did you get into racing?
I got into racing back when I was very little. My uncle Lee was racing. I remember going out to his garage with him with my dad and working on his race car, and then bringing the car to the farm on Saturdays before going to the races. And then it was kind of always been in my blood. I remember going in parades, sitting in the race car with my uncle, and kind of knew it was going to happen at some point. And in 2002, we finally hit the racetrack for the first time, and went off to the races since.
So, yeah, you got a strong family background in racing. Who are some of your, maybe outside of family, who are some of your racing heroes growing up, and maybe some current drivers that you kind of admire or keep track of?
I guess growing up, watching NASCAR and stuff growing up a little bit here and there, was always a Jeff Gordon fan. Um, and then you start watching the World of Outlaws and dirt racing, and lots of guys like Chubb Frank, Scott Bloomquist, Rick Eckert. A lot of those guys are kind of on top of their game when I first started going to bigger late model races. So always keep an eye on those guys. And then now um, there's so much talent out there for drivers. It's like you got RTJ, who is on top of the world almost wherever he goes right now. You got guys like Jonathan Davenport, who have won almost everything. You still got guys like Scott Bloomquist in there competing from Billy Moyer, he was racing last night, and they have the most wins on dirt. So it's just exciting to watch all sorts of different talent, and cheering on. Just there's a lot of new and upcoming drivers too. You're like, oh, that guy hasn't won a feature yet. It'd be nice to see him win, and just kind of seeing the good racing everywhere.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was in Eldora, just walking through the pits. You've definitely got a lot of veteran guys. You mentioned Bloomquist, Jimmy Owens, and then you've got the young guys like Trey Mills, who's what, 15, 16, and
Yeah,
guys like that. So it's cool to see that mix.
absolutely.
What are some of your, obviously you're chasing a championship this year, and you got a tight battle there with Nate Rinaldi right now. What are some of your goals for this year?
We've actually we did not plan on racing near as much as we have been so far. We just kind of, there's a few nights we weren't going, and rainouts kind of fell in our favor, and um, we're kind of still playing it by ear. If we're busy on the farm, that I don't know if we're gonna make all the races or not. But look, as it is right now, we're in good position, and we'll probably just keep taking it day by day.
And racing at Humberstone this weekend, Sunday. Talk about that track, just the challenges that it poses.
Humberstone it's a very technical racetrack on some points. There's nights I've shown up there, and you have to have your dry setup on it right from the get go. But then there's nights they throw a curveball at you, and halfway through the night they're still biting the racetrack. The last couple times we went there with a pretty decent car. So looking forward to Sunday. Hopefully we can come out of the gate swinging and have a good night.
And just before we wrap up, just give a shout out to anyone who helps you out, sponsors, anyone you'd like to thank and give a shout out to.
I got to thank all my sponsors, all my crew. I got a fantastic crew that helps me out week in and week out. I got my race partner, Paul Crowder. He's been on board since 2014, I think it was. He come on board 2013 actually. He come on board and said, "Hey, let's do some racing," and we've had a very good partnership since then. I've had lots of guys that have helped me over the years to get me to where I am. And I have a crew of guys right now that are nonstop in the shop. Mark McDonald, I think everyone sees half of his face or all of his face sometimes in our victory lane selfies. He's dedicated to our race team week in and week out. Wayne Caddick and Dave Horn. I got a couple guys that help me out driving the truck up and down the highway, Dave and Dave. So got to thank all those guys. If it wasn't for the crew guys helping us out and making sure everything's tight and ready to go to the racetrack, then there's a lot of nights that we probably wouldn't make it there or do as well as we do. And I got to thank all my sponsors. We've had lots of long-term sponsors that have helped us out quite a few years now. And just list off them is Bellevue Fabricating. They've been tremendous. Rapid Rad, Deerhaven Power Sports. We have had them from pretty well day one helping us out. Jeff Harrison Farms, they've been a long-time sponsor with us too. Scott Trudeau Construction, KD Transmission, iBox Springs, Bilstein Shocks, TBM Brakes, Stamp Creek Custom Concrete, CCS Industrial, Rocket Chassis. Those guys are always phenomenal to help us out whenever we need to get some information or parts or stuff fixed up. Image Factor, they're always helping us out with their designs, our swag, our shirts, and whatever we need from them. They're always there to help. Bullet Signs and Graphics are always making sure our car's looking good when we hit the racetrack.
Excellent. So again, Sunday, June 30th is the next race down at Humberstone Speedway. Monday is a holiday, so if you can make it down, be a great day to spend Canada Day. Charlie, thanks for doing this, and we'll see you at the racetrack.
No problem. Thank you very much.